We're going to be going live here on Amazon in about a minute here. I'm just waiting for one more channel to come live here. All right, so we are now live on Facebook and YouTube. Happy Monday, folks that are joining us over on Facebook and YouTube. Today we're going to be unboxing some Thunderbolt 4 devices, cables, and USB Type-C hubs. And we're going to be going live on Amazon in a second here. And that is where you're going to be able to have the best viewing experiences over on Amazon, because you're going to be able to shop all the products that we're going to be talking about here today. So I'm just letting this load up here. All right. Let's go ahead and go live on Amazon. And if you're watching the replay, the recorded version of this, the Amazon link that I have in the description, you can click on that and that'll take you to the Amazon page where you can shop all the products after the fact. So you can still get to it that way if you didn't catch it live. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook right now. I see some folks logged in our online deals and product recommendation group. Thank you guys for joining in over there. Once again, the link is in the description to join over on Amazon. That's the best viewing experience there. All right, we're going to go live on Amazon in 3, 2, 1. Happy Monday, folks. My name is Adrian with Project Ramos, and today we're going to be unboxing some Thunderbolt 4 cables and also a Thunderbolt 4 hub and a very cool laptop stand that has an integrated USB hub, and that connects via USB Type-C. All of the products that we're going to be taking a look at here today are USB Type-C. That's we don't want to say that's the future. That is the now. Everything is moving over to USB Type-C. USB Type-A is still going to be around, but that is the older connection. All new products are being designed with USB Type-C connectors. Hopefully, the Apple iPhone will soon go over. Let me start my recording here. And if you have any questions at any point during this live broadcast, post it in the chat room, and I will be sure to try to answer your questions as best as I could. And I'm just loading up my chat here, making sure that everything is working as expected. And let me just type in the chat here. And if you are watching either on Facebook, YouTube, or Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. I always like to know when who's watching. It's always nice to see that. And let me go ahead and go to my overhead cam here. This is the first product we're going to be unboxing here. So the first, oh, forgot to turn on my background here. Give me a second. There we go. So we're going to be unboxing the USB Thunderbolt 4 cables first. And if you're watching us on Amazon, you can see in the carousel all of the items we're going to be looking at here today. And it's a range of prices. Thunderbolt 4 cables and hubs are by nature expensive, and more expensive than the USB Type-A counterparts. But today I have an assortment of these cables that I think are affordable, and then also one that is high performance, so double the price than the first two that we're going to be unboxing here, and then the USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4 hub. It looks, well, it is expensive, but it's packed with features. We're going to be saving that one for the end of the stream here. So again, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, let me know in the chat room that you're watching. Let's see, looks like I have a cousin. I'm not sure who it is because it just says Facebook user. So whichever cousin it is, hey, how you doing? Join us over on Amazon. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, join us on Amazon. That's the best viewing experience. The link is in the description there. And then also, if you are watching on Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the first product we're going to be unboxing here. It's this Thunderbolt 4 cable, and the brand or the name on it is Namsim or Namkim, Namcim. And this is a braided cable. Shows that it can do up to 40 gigabits per second. So it doesn't say that it's certified for that, but it shows that it can do that type of speed. So let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed and take a look at it here. All right. Once again, if you're watching on either Amazon, Facebook, or YouTube, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi. Which cousin is watching on Facebook? Let me know who you are, because it just shows Facebook user, doesn't show your name. All right. So on the back, it just gives you specs of the cable itself. Today, we're just going to be unboxing these items. I'm going to be testing them out, and then I'm going to come back with a full review of each one, and I'm going to be posting that on my Amazon shop page. So if you're not following me on Amazon, hit that follow button. That way when we do go live with these unboxings, you'll get notified in the app, and then also when I do upload these reviews, you'll be able to see them there. All right, so here is the cable. Now the length of this cable, I'm not too sure here. Let's see if it shows. So it shows what it supports. It doesn't show the length. I can hop over to the product page to see the length, but let's just unwrap this guy and take a look at it. All right, so as I already mentioned, it is braided. So nylon braid there. Connectors, they're built pretty well. They feel like they're built well. The strain relief is here. It's a solid piece, so it doesn't bend here. And looks pretty good. So it looks like this might be a 1.5 foot maybe. Not sure. So this is showing some information here. It can do 5 amps at 120 watts. So this can push through quite a bit of power here. If you guys have any questions on these products, once again, just let me know in the chat room. And let's see. Oh, it's my cousin, Araceli. Hola, hola. All right, so we're going to continue on here, and let me take a look at the product page here real quick, because I am curious to see what the length is on this one. Okay, so it is a 1 meter, so 3.28 feet. So it's pretty good length for this cable here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next USB cable that we have. I'm going to keep all this stuff together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the next item here. This one is also a Thunderbolt 4 cable. The brand on this one is Mokin, M-O-K-I-N. And this one is rated 5 amps, 20 volts, and 100 watts. 1.2 meters, so a little bit shorter than the one that we just unboxed. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and see what we get here. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat room. All right, so this one, very similar to the last one that we just unboxed here. And let's take a look. So 1.2 meter length. The connectors are built pretty well here. They look really well. Has the brand name there, Mokin, and then on the other one it shows you the 100 watt, 40 gigs per second information there. Pretty cool. Strain relief on this one is bendable, whereas the other one's solid plastic there, and nylon braid. So this cable feels like it's built pretty good there. And as I said, I'm going to be testing these cables to see, make sure that they're actually operating as a Thunderbolt 4 cable. But I'm going to be uploading those reviews, the full reviews, on my Amazon page. So please, if you could, follow the page. I'm going to have a whole bunch more of unboxings coming up very soon here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be going live tomorrow with some photography equipment that I brought in from Amazon. We're going to be unboxing that stuff tomorrow, so be sure to follow the page if you're not following. All right, so here's our third Thunderbolt 4 cable. Now, this one is by a well-known brand, Sabrent. I think that's how you pronounce it. This one is 6.5 feet or 2 meters, so this cable is longer. Now, the difference with this one is that it shows that it's Thunderbolt 4 certified, and which is part of the reason why this cable is more expensive, because when it's certified, it has to go through the Thunderbolt certification to be able to get that on your packaging there. But and then also it's 6.5 feet, so it is a longer cable, so it is going to be more expensive. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Once again, if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube or on Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. And as I mentioned earlier, I really do like to see or know who's watching. I can see a bunch of folks definitely tuned in. All right, so that is it for the packaging there. Okay, this cable is not nylon braided, but the jacket is feels like a rubber silicone type jacket. It's more than likely a rubber jacket. This one is a little more flexible than the last two that we opened up. In terms of the strain relief on the connector, it is a solid piece of plastic, so this one doesn't bend, just like the first one that we had opened up. And you've got the brand name here, and then showing that it's Thunderbolt 4. That little sign's Thunderbolt, and that shows you that it's Thunderbolt 4. Now, that is one thing that I wish all cable manufacturers would do to their cables, for them to print what the cable is, because USB Type-C is just the connector. That's just the style of the connector. It doesn't tell you what kind of cable it is. So oftentimes you get these cables and you don't know if it's a Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 3, you don't know if it's just a USB 4. There's so many different protocols that go through these USB Type-C connectors, so it gets very confusing very easy. So it's really nice when they do let you know what the cable is right here on the connector. So definitely you can tell this is a longer cable here. As I said, very flexible. Jacket feels nice. Very well built cable here. So this looks like one that I'm probably going to use quite often here, because I do like the length of this one. All of my Thunderbolt 3 and 4 cables are really short cables, so this one's going to come in handy. All right, let's continue on here. Once again, I'm just going to remind everyone, whoever's watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Amazon, let me know that you're watching in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. And then also, if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, join us over on Amazon, because that's the best viewing experience, because you're going to be able to shop all the products that we're going to be talking about here today. If you guys have any questions on any of the stuff, let me know also in the chat room, and then I'll try my best to answer those questions. All right, we're going to move on to this next product. So if you have a laptop, okay, let me zoom out a little bit here. All right. So if you have a laptop that has USB Type-C, you can connect it that way. This might be a product for you, because typically what will happen is when you're using one of these laptop stands, you have the laptop stand, and then you have some cables hanging off of the side, and then you have a USB-C or a USB hub hanging off to the side to connect all your various things onto your laptop, especially if you have a modern MacBook Pro, because those laptops only have USB Type-C connectors, and that's it. with the exception of the latest one, the MacBook Pro. That one does have HDMI connections. They offered some more stuff on those. But if you have one from 2016 till right before the latest MacBook Pro, those only have USB Type-C connectors. So what this is a laptop stand, but it has an integrated USB-C hub right in the laptop stand. So that's going to be able to provide you not just with the laptop stand itself, but also a hub, which is going to make it it's going to allow for the setup to be a lot more clean. And the brand on this one looks like Wave Link. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what it looks like. And if you're just tuning in on Amazon, Facebook, or YouTube, my name is Adrian with Project Ramos, and I am going to be going on Amazon Live on a regular basis, unboxing new devices. And the categories that I stick to is everything electronics, so everything for computers, photography, audio, smartphones, and pretty much all electronics. All right, let's go ahead and open this guy. And got some really good packaging here. This foam piece to keep it protected. And here is the laptop stand. Oh, sorry about that. Get the box out of the way here. All right. So, get an instruction manual, quick start guide. Show you how to operate it. And then we also get this, looks like a little information on driver download links. So it gives you a bunch of websites where you can download drivers. Not sure why you would need a driver for a hub. Nowadays you can just plug them in and they work. Let's see what we get for accessories here. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. Let me go check the chat room here. All right. So we get an Allen wrench. Not sure why you would need that, but we will check it out. And they do include a USB Type-C cable. Not sure if this is a Thunderbolt 3 or 4. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Here's the cable here. All it shows on the connector itself is that it's 5 amp, but there's no indication whether this is Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4, or just USB 4 or USB 3. Who knows? So I'm going to take a look at, let me see if the instructions show what the cable is. I hope it shows because it'd be good to know. I'll go on the product page in a second here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let me zoom out a little bit more. All right, so here is a laptop stand. So this is the piece that will hold your laptop, and it has these rubber strips here to be able to hang on to your laptop. This is very cool that it's vented here, so that way you know, you can get plenty of air circulation through the bottom of your laptop. And it does unfold very easy, which is key, because some of these stands can, for whatever reason, they put too much tension on these hinges, and some of these stands are very difficult to open up and adjust. So this has 2 hinges, one here, one at the top, one at the bottom. Obviously the bottom adjusts the bottom plate and the top one adjusts the top plate. Now, right here is the USB hub. So you're going to get 2 HDMI ports. You're going to get 1 USB Type-C connector for the host. So this is going to go to your laptop. And then you're going to get 1 for power, USB Type-C. On the flip side, You're going to get a micro SD card reader, a regular SD card reader. You're going to get 2 USB 3.0 ports and a RJ or an Ethernet port there. Now I do need to flip over to the product page on Amazon because I want to see if we can quickly figure out here what the specs are on the hub. And bear with me here for a second. Once again, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat room as I'm looking for this information. Okay, so the USB ports are 3.0, so those can do up to 5 gigabits per second. The Ethernet is a gigabit Ethernet port, which is very good. You're going to get a lot of speed out of that. And then the SD card reader is, it can do up to 104 megabytes a second. So it's a standard SD card reader. Let's see here. What else? The USB-C ports, on the other hand, I'm going to have to look into those a little more here. USB. Okay, so the way this would work is you get 2 USB Type-C connectors. So one's going to go to your laptop, and then the other one is going to go to the charger. So that's how this works. So one's designated for charging and the other one is designated as a host. And then once you do plug it in, you're going to get your 2 HDMI ports. So you can get dual displays there. Your SD card readers, your USB 3.0 ports there, and then the Ethernet port. So very cool design. At the bottom, you also get these rubber strips. That way it does hang on to your desktop when you do set this down. So very cool. You're going to be able to angle this however you need it to be able to get the best viewing angle out of this. So overall, I think this this laptop stand plus hub is built very well. So we're going to be testing this and see what kind of performance we can get out of this. And based on the fact that basically the data ports are just USB 3.0 ports, I'm going to assume that this is not a Thunderbolt 4 cable, probably not even Thunderbolt 3. It's probably just a USB 3.0 cable, actually USB 4. Well, it's yet to be seen because this can drive 2 displays, so it might be Thunderbolt. I don't know. It's confusing. This whole USB stuff is very confusing. So this thing folds down very easy. It's not too heavy. It's made of aluminum, and as far as the color goes, that is very similar to the Apple space gray color. It looks just a tiny bit darker than the Apple space gray color, but nonetheless, if you do have a MacBook Pro, it should match up very nice with this laptop stand. If you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, let me know in the chat room, and we will try to address those. And again, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Amazon, let me know in the chat room. That way I can say hi to you. We're going to move on to the last product. This one I'm very excited about. Very excited to test this guy out. This is a Thunderbolt 4 hub. And we'll briefly explain what that means. Let me go ahead and highlight it in the carousel now. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, join us over on Amazon because you're going to be able to shop all these products that we're talking about here right now. And right now we're highlighting this Satachi Thunderbolt 4 dock. And the thing about this dock in particular, Satachi is a well-known brand. They make very good products. Now, Thunderbolt 4, what this does is, compared to Thunderbolt 3, there's a bunch of differences. But one of the differences is that you can have a single Thunderbolt 4 cable, provided that your computer, whether it's a desktop computer or a laptop, provided that your computer has a Thunderbolt 4 port. What that means is you're going to be able to get a single cable out of your computer into this hub, and then this hub is going to provide you with an additional 3 Thunderbolt 4 connections, which means you can plug in separately 3 Thunderbolt 4 devices. Now, with Thunderbolt 3, the limitation there was that you had to daisy chain, which means that coming out of your computer, you're coming out Thunderbolt 3 or with the Thunderbolt 3 cable. You plug into your first device, and then from that device in order to get another Thunderbolt 3 device plugged in, you're going to have to take it out of the first device, plug it into your second. If you want a third one, then you got to go from your second device, plug it into the third. If you want a fourth device, you got to go from the third device, plug it into the fourth. I know, sounds confusing. The point is, with Thunderbolt 3, you have to daisy chain if you want to have multiple devices plugged in at the same time. With Thunderbolt 4, on the other hand, you can have those devices plugged in separately on their own ports because there's that much bandwidth on Thunderbolt 4. They have their own lanes. So this Satachi dock is going to provide 3 Thunderbolt 4 connections. On top of that, it's going to provide a whole bunch of other connections, which we're going to check out right now. So we can unbox this. And the computer, my daily computer that I use every day is a Mac Mini, an M1. And even though in the specs, Apple shows that it's Thunderbolt 3, in reality, it's closer to Thunderbolt 4. One of the differences between Thunderbolt 3 and Thunderbolt 4 is that Thunderbolt 3 supports 1 display, whereas Thunderbolt 4 supports 2 displays. And the M1 Mac Minis can only do 1 display, so that's why they call it Thunderbolt 3. But it actually operates like a Thunderbolt 4 connection. All right. Let's go ahead and move this box out of the way. Zoom out a little bit so you can get a good look at this. And here is the dock. We'll take a look at that in a second here. Let's look at what we get in the box. We get a user manual. We get the AC cord. We get a beefy power supply. And actually that brand's a really good brand for power supplies, Lydon. This thing does 135 watts, so very beefy. Let's see what else we get in here. Now, being that it's a Thunderbolt 4 hub, this is a Thunderbolt 4 cable. And as we mentioned earlier, that's what I want to see out of all the cables. It shows you that it's Thunderbolt with that little sign there, and then it's Thunderbolt 4 with that number 4 there. So USB Type-C cable. And I think that is going to do it for the contents. Yep, that is it. Let's get this out of the way. All right. So those are all the accessories. Now let's take a look at the hub. If you guys have any questions on any of the stuff that we're looking at, let me know in the chat room. I'll be glad to answer them. All right, so here it is. You can see the brand right there, Satachi. And this is the front of the unit. It does have a little piece of plastic film there to protect the front there. But here's what you get in the front. You get an SD card reader, a USB 2.0 connection there, a headphone jack, and then this USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4 connector is the host. So this one goes to your computer. And then you get, looks like an LED indicator light when this unit is on. Bottom of the unit, you get these rubber feet there, which is very nice. Side of the unit, nothing there, but you can get an idea of what form factor this is. And then you do get one of those, I forget what they're called. I think they're called something like Kingston lock or whatever, so you can lock this to your desk. Here's the back of the unit. It also has one of those protective films on here. That's where you plug in the power supply, 20 volt power supply. Here's the 3 Thunderbolt 4 USB Type-C connections here. Here is an Ethernet port, which I'm assuming is probably going to be at least a gigabit Ethernet port. And then you get 3 USB 3.2 ports right here, Type A ports. Very cool. Now the unit is made of aluminum, and it does match. Oh, looks like, let me get my camera in focus here. All right, and it does match the space gray from Apple. So if you do have a MacBook Pro, this is going to match up pretty nice. This unit is built very well. It has quite a bit of weight to it, and this charging brick also weighs quite a bit. So you get a lot of connection options with this unit. Very cool, and I can't wait to test this out and see what kind of performance we can get out of it. You know, I have some high-speed Thunderbolt 3 devices, hard drives that I'm going to be able to test this with. And that is it for tonight. This is, as I mentioned, I'm going to be reviewing all these products and then uploading my finalized review on my Amazon page. So definitely follow me on Amazon. I'm going to be going live tomorrow with some photography equipment that I'm going to be unboxing. So if you're into photography, just photography in general or videography, join me tomorrow. We're going to be going live about the same time, about 7:30. But follow the page, that way you get notified on the app when I do go live. So I'm going to hang on here for a second. If you guys have any questions whatsoever on any of these products that we just unboxed, let me know in the chat room now. Otherwise, I'm going to be signing off here. I'm pretty excited about the Satachi hub. Right now, I do have a CalDigit. I'm sorry, this is not a hub. This is a dock. I do have a CalDigit hub, which also has 3 Thunderbolt 4 connections. So I'm looking forward to daisy chaining off of that into this, and to test it out and make sure that the throughput doesn't change when you pair these two together, because that's how they're meant to be used. Oh, thank you, Samantha, for following. Definitely follow me if you want to get notified of future unboxings. We're going to be unboxing everything electronics, everything from audio equipment to video equipment to lighting for photography and videography. Everything has to do with smartphones, everything that has to do with computers. We're going to be unboxing all that kind of stuff tomorrow. As I mentioned, we're going to have some photography equipment to be unboxing. And then after that, let me see, today's Monday. On Wednesday, I'm going to be unboxing a tablet and then some other cool items that I got in. Thursday, I'm also going to be unboxing some new stuff. I just got a ton of stuff that came into the studio, so definitely, I'd appreciate that if you were to follow me on Amazon. That way you get notified on that. I don't see any questions coming in, so I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream now. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in and joining me here tonight. Join me again tomorrow. I'm going to be going live at about the same time, around 7:30, 8 o'clock. But as I said, follow the Amazon page. That way you get notified when I do go live. Once again, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next one.